Oh, George Lucas heading to Comic-Con for first time ever? What? ¿Qué? Is this true, Cameron Pasha?
Well, I mean, it's true because it's a Hollywood Reporter, so it's not a fan side claiming that, right? I mean, at least he's on schedule. He could change his mind at the last minute, but that he's scheduled to come on there, and he's going to be talking about his big sort of one of his legacy things. He's created this Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, and he wants to talk about that, and he wants people to go to it. I guess I don't know when the grand opening is, but I guess it must be coming soon because he's talking about it now publicly, right? And it's a big thing for this guy who's never been to a Comic-Con to show up at Comic-Con. So you can imagine, if you were planning to come to San Diego Comic-Con, you can imagine that particular event will be sold out very rapidly if it's not already sold out. All right. And so, but it will be an exciting thing. I think I mean, I can't even imagine how long a standing ovation is going to,
I mean,
how people are going to, the ovation is going to be in the audience when he shows up. Right.
I mean, but he's showing up. I mean, he'll be joined by Guillermo del Toro, by production designer, Star Wars prequels, Doug Chiang, and Queen Latifah.
So I'm going to give you my opinion.
Hold on. We'll moderate the panel, and which will take place that Sunday, and on the big Hall H. Give me your thoughts there, Cameron.
Well, people might be wondering. Well, there's a lot of interesting filmmakers, but why specifically Guillermo del Toro, and why Queen Latifah, right? And why are these people being presented? So I have a theory here. I don't know if any of you recall. Few weeks ago, if that's on my Patreon, if you search it, you'll find it. A few weeks ago, I think it was only a couple of weeks ago, news came out that George Lucas had fired a bunch of people from the museum. And these were all people involved in the DEI initiatives.
That's right. That's right. You did. Yeah.
So it was all a bunch of people that were pushing a particularly, narrative about Star Wars that he's never been into. He had to watch other people take Star Wars in that direction for a decade they didn't like. And then these people showed up in his museum to make his legacy about all kinds of conversations about colonial power and this and that he wasn't into, right? And so he had all those people fired quite summarily. It was like a ruthless, like red wedding moment where he had all these people, DEI people, fired. So I think that having a Latino filmmaker, Black actress, right? Having these people involved, it certainly serves a nice PR purpose to deflate the idea that he has any anti-minority feelings, which some people in Hollywood might accuse him of after this incident. That's my instinct. You feel it's true to that? I feel it's very specific.
All right. If that's the case, then he's covering the bases that the wokosos are trying to protect. Because look, here's my posse: Queen Latifah, Chang, Del Toro. What do you want from me? I'm married to a black woman. What do you want from me? We're opening this thing together. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, I'm going to throw in the link in my Patreon. I found the article on my Patreon. I'm going to throw it into the private chat if you want to pull it up. But it was back on May 22nd that news came out of him doing this mass sort of red wedding elimination of DEI from this museum.
That's all right. I hear you. I want to hear from Fletcher and his thoughts on this announcement.
Yeah, I think this stuff like this is probably what Star Wars needs, because right now, anime's pretty much taken over a lot of the con. Marvel is not gonna present, but you got stuff like Demon Hunters and a lot of different presentations are taking over those halls. So if they're not careful, they could just lose this whole sci-fi fantasy genre to Japanese and Korean studios. So that's what I think, that they need to kind of like say, hey, we can't just not go to the con. You're gonna have to do something, and Lucas, for this, I think hopefully it gives them good news and hope, because a lot of the Star Wars has been kind of not hitting the numbers, and maybe this is a shot in the foot, a shot in the arm. Is that what it's when you're trying
shot
to
in the arm? Shot in the foot is not good. Shot in the arm.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully it's a shot in the arm and not a shot in the foot.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, really fast on this. We do have our guest here coming in, but really fast with this. It seems to be this trend where it's less studios, more comic book people, more like people like Lucas Cameron. This is a nice trend to see with Comic Cons. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, what it is the breakdown of the system that's been building for the last 10 years, right? Where everything was about this corporate control. As I've been talking about earlier, Generation Z is moving away from these kinds of corporate control. So the smarter corporations, because corporations that are smart evolve and recognize where the market is going. And so they're like, okay, we're going to have to go back to the original origins of these things in order to get them to pay attention to stuff we want them to pay attention to, right? Having this as controlled by corporate narrative is not going to have these people come attend the Comic-Con so that we can do the marketing that these Comic-Cons serve us to do.
All right. Well, thank you so much on all that. We'll see what happens. It's definitely interesting. You definitely don't see this type of nice treatment to KK, and rightly so. So when I did see this, man, I was like, all right, is Cameron gonna get a call? What's going on? But we'll see what Sparrow says in the next following weeks.
I think Sparrow's kind of relaxed right now because things looking better in the company, and so they don't have much to say right now, which I think is good.